Hi campers, hope you enjoyed session 5 of Camp REinvent. I'm here in San Francisco at the Inman News Conference, learning a lot of really neat things about the future of our industry and trying to implement all those things within Camp REinvent in the coming weeks. Today we talked about search engine optimization in lots and lots of detail. Hopefully you have a nice insight after today as to what's necessary to successfully drive traffic organically to your site. Don't take it for granted. As Randy discussed, when we started in November, we weren't doing any of this stuff. And the number of leads that we're getting now and the fact that people are going to our site, we don't spend a dime on advertising, by the way. It's all done organically because of the fact that we do have an SEO strategy in place thanks to what Randy talked about today. Now, you could do that perfectly great. You could do the social media that we talked about last week. You could have an engaging website like we talked about with Osh a couple of weeks ago. But guess what? If those leads come in and you don't get right back to them, if you don't have a system in place to do that, all that money that you spent, all that effort is out the window. You must have an internet lead management strategy. Do not, under any circumstances, leave it to the agents. If only 7% of those leads are going to buy right away, as we talked about today, you know and I know that they are looking for hot leads now. So those 93 that aren't buying today are going to be ignored and eventually go do something with somebody else. If you have a system in place to incubate those leads, that will bear fruit over time. So hopefully we're now at a point where we can start talking about how technology plays a role in this whole reinvention process. And we'll talk about that next week in session number 6, where we're going to bring in someone who has in the process of reinventing an old line company and doing a great job at it thanks to a lot of technology things that he's putting in place in that company. After that, as we discussed, we'll talk about facilities and then go into recruiting for 4 weeks after that. We'd love to hear your comments. I did hear some very positive feedback last week from a lady who recruited a couple of agents because of the social media conversation that we had last week. So it's pretty neat to see that happening, and we'd like to hear all those stories. We'd like to also hear any criticism or any feedback or anything that you can give us that can make the program better for you and for everyone else. So thank you very much, and we'll see you next week.